Asaduddin Owaisi's AIMIM has now announced it will fight the Bengal elections.
Minorities এর ভোট ভাগ করবার জন্য আবার হায়দ্রাবাদের একটা পার্টিকে ধরে এনেছে। সেই পার্টিটা আবার এখানে কয়েক টাকা জোগাড় করে বিজেপি টাকা দেয় আর বিজেপির টাকায় ওরা এটা করে যায়। দেখেছেন আপনারা বিহারের ইলেকশনে প্রমাণিত হয়ে গেছে।
अगर वो ये कह रही हैं दौलत मिली है तो भाई असदुद्दीन ओवैसी को कोई इतना बड़ा आदमी पैदा नहीं हुआ दुनिया में जो दौलत की बिना पे खरीद सके।
They account for the 30% of the votes in West Bengal. They have been the backbone of Mamata Banerjee's constituency. But now a flutter has been created with the entry of Asaduddin Owaisi as well as the India Secular Front. I'm Pallavi Ghosh, and my this week's One Take asks this question is that who loses out the most with a divided vote bank among the Muslims? And will Owaisi be able to recreate the magic of say a Bihar and other states as well? Now, Mamata Banerjee has always been wooing the Muslim vote bank and she had nothing really to worry about. But everything started changing slowly when BJP made the entrance. The BJP played the Hindu versus the Muslim card. The polarization debate has got intense, and as a result of which Mamata Banerjee took a step back. She's now trying to project herself also as a leader who represents not just the Muslims but also the Hindus as well. And therefore the focus on say a Durga Pujo or a Saraswati Pujo, and also doing a damage control as far as a Jai Shri Ram controversy is concerned. Everything was going fine for her vis-a-vis the Muslim votes till two people entered the fray. One, Owaisi. Now, we've seen how Owaisi has done very well in Bihar. He's no longer being seen as a leader who only belongs to Hyderabad. He's created that magic. He was trying to enter that space which was till now almost reserved exclusively for Mamata Banerjee and a bit for the Congress party. Now, Owaisi's entrance has actually made both the TMC as well as the Congress party nervous. But if you speak to many of the experts on the ground and if you speak to some of the Muslims on the ground, they point out that one back foot which Owaisi is on the fact that he's largely seen as a Urdu-speaking Muslim representative leader, which means a Muslim in Bengal see themselves largely as Bengali-speaking or Bengali Muslims. Now, that advantage for now seems to have gone to the India Secular Front. Interestingly, the leader, Abbas Siddiqui, who's a Muslim cleric, his uncle is close to Mamata Banerjee. TMC was not taking Siddiqui too seriously, and in fact, he was also cold shoulders. A miffed, angry Siddiqui decided to form his own party, and the advantage, of course, to this goes to the Congress and the left because there's a talk of this alliance with them, and of course, the division of seats is something which is remaining pending. So now what happens is we have one whole pie, which is the Muslim pie, and the takers for them are largely Mamata Banerjee, you have the Congress party, but now there are these two factors which enter. Now, the biggest problem for Owaisi will come in from the one factor that he's going to be seen as an outsider Muslim leader, but the biggest threat to him now comes from the India Secular Front. They seem to be surging ahead. They're going to be demanding more and more seats, both from the Congress as well as the left. That's one problem for Owaisi, which perhaps he means that he may not be able to recreate the magic which he had in rest of the other parts of the country as well. Now, as far as the ISF goes, who does he harm the most? Well, he, of course, very clearly harms Mamata Banerjee. An alliance with the left and the Congress means that Muslim vote bank over there remains intact. At some point of time, Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, who's a member of parliament from Murshidabad, who has a sizable Muslim voters over there, was worried with the entry of Owaisi and erosion of his Muslim votes to Mamata Banerjee. ISF gives him that hope over there, which is why the Congress party is happy with the entrance of ISF. If you look at the larger picture, and this is a question which I have been asking, and interestingly, I'm getting a lot of response which reflects what I have been saying, and what I'm going to say now is that who gets hurt the most is, of course, Mamata Banerjee. Her Muslim voters and supporters are falling down, they are shedding. There's also a sense of anger with her because many of them feel that she's just used them as a vote bank. She's not done enough for them, there's been no development for them, and also the fact that now she's trying to have a Hindutva image means she's maintaining slowly a distance from them, which of course could be a payback time as far as the elections are concerned. Let's not also underestimate the Muslim votes. We've seen examples in Lok Sabha where statistics have pointed out that many of those Muslims have actually voted for the BJP. See, at the end of the day, they all want jobs. They want better opportunities. When the BJP talks of Sonar Bangla, when the Prime Minister reaches out to say the Aligarh Muslim University, he's actually reaching out to this entire narrative that you cannot see yourself as only one religious group. You need to be a part of the larger narrative of the country and of West Bengal. And therefore, if you want development, do vote for the party which can bring that development. That is where the BJP stands. So when we look back and we take a stock take, and it's early days yet, and I'm going to talk about this increasingly once the election dates are announced and we hit the battleground state of West Bengal, it's the ISF which seems to be surging ahead. Owaisi has reasons to be worried about, though he's going to hold his rally there and many more of there. And of course, Mamata Banerjee is now caught in a dilemma. How can she converge both the vote banks so as to ensure he gets a larger number of numbers? And of course, the Congress is very much waiting in the wings, because that Murshidabad Malda zone is what the strong points of the ISF is, and has traditionally been also a Congress stronghold. And of course, the BJP Sonar Bangla narrative. This is my take this week. Do send in your thoughts as well. And as we move closer and closer to the polling dates of West Bengal, it'll be interesting to see how Owaisi fares, how ISF fares, and will they actually emerge as the kingmaker, as Abbas Siddiqui claims he will be.